All right, here we go. It is my honor to be speaking to the West Coast godfather of the game and the Pope of pimping in the house. Fillmore Slim, how are you?
I'm all great.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. I've been wanting to do this interview for a very, very long time.
All right then.
And wow, you're currently 84 years old.
84.
And you look great, by the way.
Thank you.
You look great. You sound great. Your skin looks great. I think everyone would be lucky to be your age at the shape that you're in right now.
Well, I get that everywhere I go. People don't believe I'm 84.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The game kept me like this,
That's what it is. The game kept you like this. I love it. Well, this is our first time talking, so I really want to get into your whole story. So, where were you born?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And, I mean, I'm looking online. You were born in 1934.
That's right.
And you were the third of 8 children?
Yes, I was. 4 boys and 4 girls.
Okay. So, you're talking about the 30s and the 40s down south. This was before Martin Luther King. This was before the Civil Rights Movement. How racist was Baton Rouge during that time?
Oh, wow. I couldn't even, we couldn't even, in Baton Rouge, that's the capital of Louisiana, right? So you got the Baton Rouge General there, the hospital, so if a baby was born in Baton Rouge, he had to go to New Orleans. So I was born, I just found that out by midwife.
Okay, so you're actually born in your house.
That's right.
Okay. And what do you think was the most racist things that you saw during this time?
Oh, the most racist time I seen was, probably when I was maybe about 12, 13 years old, yeah.
Okay, and what kind of things happened during that time?
Well, the thing was happening then, you had the white fountain, you had the black fountain, you could, just like in James Pittman, you had the white fountain, the black fountain, so, and then you had to go around to the back to be served, you could go in the front door, and I lived with that,
Were there lynchings and hangings during that time?
Oh, yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and did you ever see any of that or experience it?
Yeah, I seen some of it. I seen some, in the South, It was boy and girl, boy and uncle, I seen that, coming up, but I had to deal with it. But I mean, I had to leave that because I didn't, I was stubborn, I didn't want to say, when they called me a boy, I'd turn around and look at them kind of crazy, I ain't no boy, I'm a young man, but it didn't go right with me, so they had to get me up out of the South because I didn't want to follow the rules.
Right, because, hold on, let me just look it up real quick. When did this happen? Because in 1955, you had the whole Emmett Till situation.
Oh, yeah, 1955, that's right.
And you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay. So back then, if you were caught with a white girl, it was over for you.
Oh, you got home. They'd hang you.
Yeah, man. Sad times. Sad times. Okay. So you're growing up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. But at one point, you wanted to leave.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to leave.
What made you leave Baton Rouge?
Well, what made me leave Baton Rouge, Louisiana? See, I missed it, going in and out of reform schools. So they sent me to Woodland, Mississippi, to stay with my grandparents, my grandfather. So then when I got to Woodland, Mississippi, then that's when I was working in the field, picking cotton and, farming and doing stuff like that. So I got, I didn't like that too well, I'd come from school. But really what made me leave there is I came from school one time, our lunch would be in a lunch bucket, hanging up high. So you had to come from school and then you do your chores, right? So I did that. Then what happened is I put my bucket down there and went to feed the chicken. I come back, the cat done ate up my food, right? So I hangs the cat. They say the cat got 9 lives, so I hang the cat 9 times, okay? And after I did that, okay, my grandmother asked me, well, boy, where the cat at, you know? I said, I don't know, so I buried the cat in the backyard. So she back there in the backyard digging, and she dug the cat up. And she knew I had to kill the cat. So then she whooped me with a bull whip, you know, and after the whooping, I called the freight train. You know, I hopped the freight train and went to New Orleans. And from New Orleans, you know, I left there and I went to California. And then, when I came to California, it was too fast for me, so I went back home. And then I came to California later on after that.
Okay, so you initially went to Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, and back then, black people weren't even allowed to go on Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, no. But during that time, I was playing at a little coffee shop in Hollywood. You know, we could play there, you know, but that's the only time we could be out there because the police would stop us and say, I said, well, I played at the little coffee shop down the street as a musician, and it was all right. No, black people wasn't allowed in Hollywood. No.
So you go back to Louisiana again?
Yeah, go back to Louisiana.
Okay, and you're at this point you're playing music.
First I came to San Francisco, but then when I went back to Louisiana, I came to Los Angeles.
Okay, and at this point you're now playing music and performing.
Yeah, I was playing music. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what were you playing mostly?
Oh, I was playing the blues. You know, I play guitar. Yeah.
Okay.
And we lived, you know, when I got to LA, you know, I got a job down there on Alameda Street down there in the Garment District. So I worked for a place called United Belt, and we deliver clothes to like Bullocks on Broadway and all that down there, you know. And then I ran into this promoter, his name was Fulbright, and he had all these musicians. He had, you know, he had Philip Walker. You know, he had a lot of other people, you know, and so he would take us on the road. But when we wasn't going on the road, we had to work around the house. Had this big old house on Figaro and Adams. So we used to, you know, we had to do chores around the house, like paint the house, keep the grass cut, until we went out on the road. And when we went on the road, you know, then we went all down to Texas.
And how old were you at the time?
Oh, I would say about 19.
Well, you actually had your first child when you were 17.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you got married?
Yeah, I got married, stayed 30 days.
30 days?
Yeah, short marriage.
Okay. But then something happened to your child.
Yeah, well what happened to, no, it didn't happen to the child. My daughter got killed, you know, working in San Francisco. Yeah, that was the girl. Yeah, she got killed working. She was the waitress at a place called TikTok in San Francisco, and her boyfriend killed her.
So your boyfriend killed your first daughter?
Yeah, her boyfriend killed her.
Her boyfriend. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Okay, how did you react to that?
Well, you know, it was pretty bad. You don't react, you know, but. He went to the penitentiary, and you know, they figured if something had happened to him, they'd blame me for it. So I just stayed out of it. I let the authorities handle it.
Okay, so then you moved to San Francisco, I guess, to stay with your sister.
Yeah, my sister Thelma. Yeah, I moved to San Francisco when I went to Lowell. They tutored me where I could be a B-average student, so I went to Low High.
What was Fillmore Street like back then?
Fillmore Street was the street. I mean, everything was going on Fillmore Street. You had the Blue Mirror, you know, you had the Manor Plaza, you had the Promenade Ballroom, you know. I used to shoot pool with different celebrities on Fillmore Street, you know. I worked in the pool hall called Trees Pool Hall, and I seen all the celebrities. come in the Metal Plaza, you know, all the entertainers, the Booker T, you know.
Okay, and was there actual pimps and hoes on Fillmore at that time?
Oh yeah. Fillmore Street was the street, you know. You had all the clubs up down the Chicken a Go Go, you know, that Alabama Club on Post Street, Bop City on Post Street, the Jazz Club, at Jack's on Sutter, you know, and that's, you know, during that time, you know, Fillmore was the place. My sister would always tell me, don't never go on Fillmore Street. You can go anywhere you want to, but stay off Fillmore Street. So that rang the bell in me. I said, I got to see what's happening on Fillmore Street. So I went on Fillmore Street and I got a job. I was working in the pool hall, racking pools, you know. I seen all the sharks play and all that stuff. So I was walking down the street one day and I looked up at the sign. They was calling me Slim. I looked up at the sign and seen Fillmore. I said, so I put Fillmore on my name. I said, well, I'll name myself Fillmore Slim. And that's how that name came about.
So what year was this?
Oh, that was in 1950.
Describe to me how you first got into pimping.
Okay. Well, like I said, I was with Fulbright, right? And he took us to a little town called Midland, Texas. We was on the road, right? And we was on the road. I'm playing the blues. I'm playing guitar, right? So this chick, right? She, you know, down there where you set up your own bottle, you know, all you do is get your ice, you bring your own alcohol. So this chick would sit right in front of me, and I'm singing the blues, right? And every night she was sitting right there. She had her favorite spot, watching me. And after about 3-4 nights, she came up and gave me this money. I'm sitting on the piano. I said, well, what's this for? She said, I want you to have it. I said, why? She said, because I like you. I said, well, why you want to give me this money? I don't know about the game. I said, she said, because I want you to have it. I said, what you do? She said, I go to bed with men for money. I said, well, what is that? She said, dates. I said, what you mean date? You know, I didn't know nothing about it. So then she gave me this money, right? And then she, about a week after that, we got ready to leave, go back to Los Angeles, because it was a hotel right next to this club, and it was called the White Front. It was in Midland, Texas. So we got ready to leave to go back to LA. You know, she had her suitcases packed. She said, I said, what's up? She said, I'm going with you. I said, what's your family going to say? She said, I'm a grown woman. I can go where I want to go. So I said, okay. So the fellas in the band say, well, man, she's a prostitute, man. We ain't taking her back to California. You know, now I ain't making but $10 a night. We ain't getting but $10 a night for each musician, right? So now she done gave me this money. I look at it, I got almost $100 now. This is 55, okay? Now, so I said, well, I'm gonna take her back with me. They said, well, man, we can't take her. I said, well, this is my van. I'm gonna take her back. It's my vehicle. If y'all don't want to go back with us, y'all can catch the bus. So we all that fine agreed, and we went back to LA. And I was staying on Central Avenue in this hotel over the top called Coney Island, right on Central. So so at this time we doing this here. So we get back there. She tell me, well, show me where you see the girls at. And right there on Central and Vernon, right there, you know, where the girls work, right in front of a record place was called Dolphin of Hollywood. And they had, you know, so I showed her where it was, and she went out there, and she came in, she had a little money, and then the second day she came in, she had another girl with her, okay? So I said, who is this? She said, this is my wife-in-law. I said, wife-in-law? I said, what is that? She said, she's with us. I said, she's with us? So now, she said, yeah, she's working for us, so now I'm too deep, okay? So when I get too deep, you know, I'm playing the blues all around Los Angeles, so when I get too deep, I'll push the guitar in the corner and buy me a used Cadillac and go to the pawn shop and get me a used diamond ring and get me a hat and a pair of Stitch Adams shoes, and the rest was history.
So now you're an actual pimp with 2 girls.
2 girls, yeah.
But you don't have any experience in actually pimping. It's not like you had an older pimp that came through and gave you all the game.
No experience. No experience. But what I'm doing, I'm still playing music. See, I'm playing at a club called the Elbow Bend. You know, down there by Wrigley Field, down there in Los Angeles, and what happened? And I put the girls to work, okay, and this Cadillac drive up, you don't understand me, and they got my girls in the car. They said, "Who's Fillmore Slim?" I said, "That's me." They said, "These ain't your girls no more. They with me now." I said, "What? They with you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Young blood," he said, "we gonna teach you the game. This how it goes, you know. They gave me your money, so they with me." So I said, okay, so now I get wise to that. So what I started doing, when I would take a break, I'm still playing music, but what I would start doing, on break time, I would go out there and take all the money from my girls and go back to work. So see, if they didn't have no money, they couldn't catch them. So I learned
Aha.
the hard way.
Now, you're pimping and it's illegal. How many problems are you having with the police and so forth at this point?
Police. You know, I think I've been to jail more than anybody. You know, I mean, every time they see my Cadillac, they arrest me. Or that's Fillmore there. Yeah, let's run him in, you know. I went through that all the time with the police. San Francisco, Los Angeles, you know, but we was die hard. We did what we did, you know.
Okay. How long after you started pimping did you actually get arrested for it?
Oh, I'll say about, maybe after I'd been out there about 2 years. You know, I guess they let me grow into the industry before they came after me.
Okay, and when you got arrested, what happened? What were you ultimately convicted of?
Well, the first time I got arrested was for pimping. You know, pimping and pandering, you know, it's two charges, right? Well, if you get arrested for pimping, that's but pimping and pandering. The pandering is if you send a girl to work, okay, and she come back and give you the money, that's pimping and pandering. If you proposition a girl to go out there and she don't like it and run off, and then the police stop her and she said this, that's pandering, you know, that's pimping. 266H and 266I of the penal code.
Okay. So how big does your stable start to grow in terms of the number of girls?
Oh. Over the years, well, it stayed to like about 5, you know. But as it grows over the years, 23 and 24 and 25.
Oh, you had as many as 25 girls at one time?
25 on Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, in 1979 and 80, 81. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I remember, you know, you were in the movie American Pimp, and there was a story about how you hit it. I forgot where it was. I don't know if it was Los Angeles or a different track, but you went out there with a bunch of girls, and, you know, as soon as you hit there, you know, all the girls started getting, you know, taken by all the younger pimps, and then everyone was laughing at you, and then you said, "Man, that was my second string girls."
Okay, now what happened? I went to Los Angeles, right, with some turnouts. These are turnouts, right? So if you got turnouts, what you do, you don't put them down in San Francisco. You take them because you're scared they're going to go back home, so you take them away from home. So we went to L.A., you know. These are girls of age. They ain't no minors, so we go to Los Angeles. And I put them down on the track, Sunset, right there by Pioneer Chicken, across La Brea. And we, you know, all the players sit there while the girl walk up down Sunset Boulevard, all the way from Beverly Hills down to Western Avenue. So we sitting there, and I put mine down. I'm new in the town, and dude drive up with them all in the car. You know, it's about 5 or 6 of them. He said, "Who's Fillmore Slim?" I said, "That's me." He said, "Well, these ain't your women no more. They with me now. They done gave me your money and all this." I said, "Oh," and I think, well, we done knocked y'all. I guess you better go back to Frisco. You better leave town. You feel me? So I said, "No." You know, I said, "I'm going to the telephone." So I went to telephone and I called the real one, my real team. I said, "Y'all got to come to L.A. I said, "Get on the plane, fly to Los Angeles, rent a limousine, get it, all of it, get in the limousine, come to Sunset Boulevard by Pioneer Chicken, that's where I'll be." So, sure enough, they got on the plane and came, and they drove up to Pioneer Chicken there by all the other players. Young Pimp was wondering, "Well, who are all these women?" I said, "They mine." I said, now if you can catch these, I'll leave town. I said, but now you open the door for me to get into your business. And that's how I planted my roots in LA.
You've said, you know, in your book that you mostly focused on Caucasian prostitutes as opposed to black prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, early on, was that problematic considering the level of racism and so forth?
Well, yeah, but you know, when I came to California, you know, when I came, well, in raised in the South, you know, like, hey, I was, you know, when I was a little kid, I went to school for I went to the store for prostitutes. You know, they had a prostitute right around the corner from in the area where I live, and I was a little boy. I used to go to the store for them, you know, so I knew about what was going on, you know, but I wasn't no pimp, you know. I mean, I was so they said, come here, little boy, and go to the store for us. I'd go to the store, and then I found out what they was doing, so I would tell them I lost the money. You know, they said, where the change at? You know, they give me a $20 bill, a $10 bill. So I found what they were doing. So I told them, I said, I'm sorry, I lost the change, you know. I lost the change. I did that 3 times, and they say, this boy, you're going to be a pimp, because he's taking money from hoes already at 10 years old. And that's facts.
Okay. Now, I mean, you have a lot of different types of pimping out there. You have guerrilla pimping, which is, you know, where you essentially, you know, beat up the women all the time.
That's right.
You got the drug pimps that get the girls strung out.
That's right.
But that's never, you know, you never practiced either one of those.
Oh, no. Oh, no. If it didn't fit, I didn't force it, okay? I was, you know, if she didn't want to be with me, she didn't have to stay with me. I wasn't no go-getter. I was a lover. That's why the women love me today. I'm loved by, you know, in the industry. I'm loved by all the women today. You know, I'm respected, you know, even by the older prostitutes, you know, because I wasn't no gorilla. You know, if it didn't fit, I didn't force it. If she wanted to leave, she could go. I was good at catching. Where she left, one was waiting to come back and take her place. I didn't have no problem.
Okay, and I mean, how do you actually take a woman who's never been a prostitute before and turn her into a prostitute? You know, as opposed to one that's already been doing it and chooses you from another pimp. Explain it to me.
Okay, tell her love and care, okay? If you know, say you meet a woman that wasn't a prostitute, you know, you don't talk about her about being a hoe. You don't do that, you know. You find out what level she's on. She said, well, I go to college. I said, okay, well, you know, I studied music in college. So we get on the college conversation. I've been to college, so I could talk to her on that level. And if she really liked me, then I would introduce what life I'm in, you know. And I would explain it to her. Then I had one girl, she said, well, I'm gonna try this for a year. And if I don't like it, then I'll stop. And she did it for a year. She's from Colorado. She did. And when the year was up, she said, well, I'm ready to go back home now. And I let her go back home. I gave her a party. I gave her, you know, all the clothing like I bought her, all the jewelry, and let her went home peaceful.
Okay. How often do girls try it once and then realize it's not for them?
Well, I didn't have too many to try to leave. Maybe a couple, but all the ones that was with me that tried it, they loved it and they stayed with it.
Okay, and you know, like I've talked to Don Magic Juan about this.
Yeah.
And
church.
You know, church.
I'm royalty.
You know,
I'm royalty. I ain't church.
You know, he talked about how, you know, when you look at prostitutes, the majority of them come from, you know, lives where they were molested by a family member or an older person or stuff like that. A lot of times these women have very deep issues. Well, it's like you said, these girls are coming from, you know, extremely bad backgrounds.
Hold it. You can't say that.
You can't say that?
No.
Well, you said that all of them have usually been sexually abused and so forth.
I didn't say they all come from background, because you get them from the suburbs also.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just different things that they go through. Now, you can say in the suburbs that they was always like kept under a glove, and once they get free, They get a chance to do and see everything. So it ain't about just a person in the ghetto been child molested. I mean, you got some rich and famous that want to experience that life.
Did you find that to be the case?
No, mine came from the projects. You know, some of them had children, some of them, you know, on the welfare, you know, and that's where most of mine came from, you know, out of the projects, low rent, you know. So you move in, I mean, you know, you take care of the kids, somebody else kid, take care of the kids, you know, because they was like my kids because they was my people.
Okay, and you said in your book that the key to actually having a prostitute is to have a good relationship with her mother as well.
Definitely, that's definitely. I remember in Arizona, you know, I met this girl and went home to her mama and everything. They wasn't living too good, you know, so she said, "Where y'all from?" I said, "We from Hollywood." I said, "I want to make your daughter a star. I want to put her in the movies," you know, and took the mama shopping and bought them a lot of groceries and put in the house. And she said, "Well," she said, "in 2 weeks, she'll be in Hollywood. I'm sending her to pick her up at the bus station." And sure enough, she did that. She sent that girl to me, to her daughter. And she was about 21, 22 years old. She sent her. But I mean, you got to have a good relationship with the family, you know. Then you know the girl she will be with you, you know. And the family would encourage her just keep on doing what you're doing because that man is taking care of you and seeing that you do the right things.
But does the family actually know that she's out prostituting?
I don't know if they knew that. I don't think she's a senator out there. She know she's gonna be a prostitute. I think that she sent her to LA because she thought she was gonna be in the movies.
Okay.
Yeah, just like Hugh Hefner, you know, they all come to the Playboy Club, and you know, I like the Playboy Club.
Well, you know, when you look at the way that most pimps operate, you know, me and Don Magic Juan talked about this. You know, with most pimps, you have the girls give 100% of their money to the pimp, and they work, you know, 7 days a week most times. So she hits the strip and starts bringing you money every day.
Every day.
Every day. 7 days.
65 days a year.
No days off.
52, what is it?
52 weeks a year.
Weeks a year, and 12 what?
12 months.
12 months a year. And then on leap year, 366 days. Hey, they don't miss a lick, but this what the thing is. As a pimp, you know what I mean, I gave them Sundays off.
Not mine.
Yeah, you're totally different. And why is that?
Yeah. Well, because, I mean, give a girl a day off, you know, give them a day off to go shopping, you know what I'm saying? They done work, they done took chances, you know, so my girls, you know, each one of them had a day off, and her day off to go shopping, get a hair fix, buy something new, or whatever. Take them to dinner.
Okay. And have you ever put your hands on women during the course of being a pimp?
What do you mean, fighting, gorilla?
Well, yeah, you know, slapping, punching, that type of thing.
If one get out of line, you have to chastise them, but at the same time, I mean, you don't go crazy.
Okay.
And then at the same time, you have to chastise one of your women. You don't send her to work that night, you know, because she go out there mad and the police stop her. You got a case.
You know, I mean, people look at a pimp lifestyle and they think that it's glamorous. But, you know, when you hear the term pimping ain't easy, you know, a lot of people, you know, I interviewed Sugar Free, for example, who's also a pimp. And, you know, he talked about how it was one of the most stressful jobs you could have because you have all these women, they all have birthdays, a lot of them have kids. You know, you have to keep track of all this and manage them at the same time.
You got multiple women, okay, these bitches got different birthdays. They both, favorite food is different. They like different shit on the radio. Some of them got kids and shit. Some of them got kids that live far, far out. Some of them got kids that's across state. It might be their birthday. or the mother's birthday, and here you are. You know, that's why they say, you know, a real pimp don't get no sleep, because, you know, them bitches constantly need shit. You know what I mean? And you got to be willing to, okay, bitch, come on. You know what I mean?
Was that the case for you?
I didn't have no problem with that. I didn't have no problem with that, you know. All my ladies loved me. They went to work with a smile on their face, you know, and they was with me, and I had to be out there watching them and all that. You know, wasn't none of that. You know, they left home, they had their instruction. They came home, I didn't worry about not coming home. If you keep them satisfied, they're gonna come back.
Okay. And would you sleep with your girls as well? Would you have sex with them?
Each one of them had a night.
So it'd be like a rotation.
Each one of them had a night. This might be Sue's night tonight, might be Mary's night the next night. Everybody had a night. You have to do that. I mean, they ain't gonna give you their money. You gotta do something. But now on that note, I mean, you don't have to worry about all that sex, because she's getting all that in the streets. And a pimp can't follow no date, the stuff they do. See what I'm saying? So the girl come in, she tired, she take a bath, she want to rest. You know.
Okay. Have you ever had a traditional relationship, like a boyfriend-girlfriend traditional relationship, or have you always been on a pimp hoe type of mentality?
Yeah, I done had a girlfriend before I got in the game. You know, I had a girlfriend. I had a couple of girlfriends, you know. Yeah.
Okay, but once you got in the game, had you ever had a girlfriend after that?
Oh, no. Pimp can't have a girlfriend. No.
Okay. Now, as you have these girls and you are sleeping with them, would any of them get pregnant with your child?
No. Well, yeah. I got kids by some of my women. Yeah. I got 17 kids. I don't know how many grandkids. Yeah, I had kids by my, you know, the ones, if they said they want to have a baby, I'll let them have it. You know, they want their baby, I'll let them have it. But then we take their baby to their mama, I'll take their baby to my mama, and that's who was raised the baby.
Okay, so the kids wouldn't actually be raised in your household. It'd be raised in someone else's house.
Yeah, it'd be raised in my mama's house or the girl's mama's house.
Did you feel any differently about pimping that female after she had your child, or not really? Same thing.
It was a business.
It was a business. Okay. Now you're saying you had as many as 23 girls at one time, or 25 girls at one time?
Mm-hmm.
So you have all these personalities, and they're all trying to get your attention.
That's right.
And you have so many that, you know, you have jealousy start to occur at a certain point. But how bad do those fights happen?
Well, you don't keep them together. You know, you start off in the motel, okay? And each girl got to pay her motel rent, okay? After she move up, when she qualified, then she can get an apartment. She can move out the motel and move into an apartment. But, you know, no girls, they all don't want to be in the same room. It's too much tension. So they want their own. So if they qualify to have their own motel, their own apartment, then you do that. If they qualify to pay their own rent and have their own apartment, they reach that clientele, then you get them their own apartment. You know?
Okay, but did any bad fights ever occur between the girls?
Well, my girls fight against each other, but I liked it that, you know, because they're trying to compete. That's more money for me. See? They're trying to compete. Well, you know, like, well, she gave you $500, well, I'm gonna give you $1,000 tonight. You know, it's just a race thing, you know.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about street prostitutes, it's a fairly dangerous game.
That's right.
You got Johns who are violent, and you have murderers out there. And actually, one of your girls got killed by the Zodiac Killer, right?
That killer, that's right.
Okay. Well, what was that whole situation? Can you explain it?
Well, that situation was, Trick took out there in Christian Fields, and the killer and Homicide came to my house, you know, and in San Francisco and arrested me. They didn't arrest me. They said, we just want you to see it. We know you didn't do it. So they took me down to the morgue, you feel me? And they let me see it. They said, we know you didn't kill your own meal ticket, but we want you to look at it. So they made me look at her, you know, because the Zodiac, what it did is drain all the blood out of the body, and they just showed me all this shit. And then they let me go home. They just wanted me to see it.
How did you feel when you saw your girl?
Well, I felt bad about it. Then I was scared about it, you know, because at her funeral, I paid all the arrangements. I sent the flowers. I bought the casket and all that. But I wouldn't go to the funeral because I didn't feel right going there because I didn't know how her family, she had brothers and things. I didn't know how they was going to take that.
Right, because the Zodiac Killer was never caught.
I stayed in the background.
Okay, yeah, I mean the Zodiac Killer was never caught.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, and he killed.
Family, but the family, you know, I didn't know how they was gonna feel about it. She was with me, and that happened. See, and you know, so that's why I just took care of the funeral, and I just, you know, stayed in the background.
I mean, outside of that situation, how many bad situations have you had with Johns and your girls?
Well, I had one got bullet in her leg. Now she's still alive. You know, she got shot by John. You know, other than that, it's been smooth. I didn't have no whole lot of problem with the dates.
Okay, and I mean, you said you never carried a gun or a knife.
A gun or a knife? No.
You said you never carried guns or knives.
No, I had a gun, but I never carried no gun. No, I didn't. You know, when they would call me and tell me they got a problem, I tell them to call the police. See, because the police was out there to protect and serve all those what they was doing illegal, but the police still protect the prostitutes on the streets.
Okay.
I tell them don't call me, call the law. That way I didn't get myself involved and like some guy go get their gun and go back. No, I didn't do that. No, call the police. They got a license to carry a gun.
So you start pimping in the 50s?
I would say about 55.
55. Mm-hmm. So then in the 70s.
60s, yeah.
Yep. So in the 70s, the movie The Mac comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Did that change pimping at all?
I didn't see the movie The Mac. They wanted to put me in the movie The Mac, but see, they was gonna give me the role they gave KC. You know, the one was driving the Superfly car with the red hat on, and that was my role. I was supposed to get out the car, go in the club, and beat the girl with my hat. I said, no, pimp, don't use their garments. No, I'm not. So I wouldn't take that role. You know, I didn't like the way the role they wanted me to be in. I could have been in the Mac, but I didn't like the role they wanted to give me.
Do you think after the movie came out, a lot more people want to be pimps?
I think so. I think the Warner Brothers put it on the map.
Okay.
I think the first thing was first players ball was in New York City in Central Park. You know, I was there.
But, you know, you said something interesting in your book. You said that youngsters always ask me about the pimping, but never talk to me about being a gentleman to a lady.
Well, now this is what happened. This is what's happened up until today, okay? The real youngsters out there, you know, that want to get into the game and say they want to do it the correct way and stay out, you know, they call me for advice, you know. I tell them, and this is what I tell them. I said, well, you know, you got a black president now, okay? I said, nah, you got computers, you know, you smart. I mean, we did what we did to take care of our family. I told them I went out with the electrical typewriter. I don't know about computer, right? I said, but if you're going to get into the game, and that's where you're headed, and that's where you're headed at, just do it the right way. You know, I say, leave the minors alone, you know, no false imprisonment, don't give your girl no drugs, and if it don't fit, don't force it.
Okay, and that's been working for you all these years.
That's right.
Have any of your girls ever turned against you?
Oh yeah. Through the police. One girl.
Yeah, that's
One girl.
only one girl turned against you.
Came from Los Angeles and brought her here to San Francisco. And she was on that SHRM and I didn't know it, right? And so she, I was staying in Pacifica, so she walked out the house and she was all high and everything and telling the neighbors that she was kidnapped and all that. And the police came to my house and arrested me and took all of my pictures off the wall and all my pimping stuff, you know, to the courtroom in San Francisco. But I beat the case though because my lawyer beat the case. Cause see, I had Willie Brown. I had a good lawyer. I had Willie. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you went to jail in 1972.
Yeah.
And how long were you there?
Jamestown. That was
Okay.
that's a camp.
Okay. How long were you there?
Oh, 2.5 years.
2.5 years. What'd you get convicted of?
Pimping and pandering.
Pimp and pandering. Okay. But then in 1983, you actually went to prison for 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Okay. What was that for?
United States passport, illegal to go to Europe and play music. And it was on probation.
Oh, so it had nothing to do with pimping at all?
No. Play the guitar.
Okay. When you did these two stints, when you did the 2.5 years in 72 and the 5 years in 83, when you came out, did you just pick up the pimp operation like you left it, or did it take a while?
I came out, okay? I came out playing music. But when I came out, they sicked this broad on me, right? And she came down on the track, San Francisco. She said, I'm looking for Fillmore Slim. I want to choose him. I'm from Seattle, okay? So she said, I got all this money I want to give him. So when I come down there on the street, they tell me, they say, it's a woman down there looking for you, man, a fine chick, you know, and she want to choose you. So now, I'm just coming out of the federal penitentiary, you know. I'm not on parole, but I'm on supervision because I did 2/3 of my time, okay? That's how I go with the feds. So this chick came out and she was talking to me. She said, I want you to put me in a whole house. I'm gonna do this, right? So I waited out, you know. I said, nah, I don't know about this, you know. I said, but now is she telling me this for real? You understand me? Then I'm gonna miss the money. So now I'm in between a rock and a hard place, you know. Now, if she's not the police, then I'm being entrapped, okay? But now, she was the police, okay? And I told her, I said, well, like this. I said, well, you know, I'm a musician. I play music. You know, I said, I've been in penitentiary for all that pimping stuff. I say, I'm playing music. And, well, I just wanted you to put me in the whole house in the battle, right? So I said, well, I don't know. You know, I said, well, I tell you what, you on the job. I say, I'm playing in Richmond Saturday night, and you take this little key, this little punch thing here, and you click on everybody that come in, right? And she said, okay. So I picked up and I went and did my music, and she was there with the little key punch marking the people that go in. And that night she said, well, I like that, but I still want to, you know, I want to make some real money. I said, well, I don't know about that. I said, you know, I'm not into life, you know. I said, and you know, I just come out of the feds and I'm under supervision. So at the same time, you know, she kept pestering me about this, you know, and so I seen her again. She said, oh, I got this money for you, you know. She said, but I got this date down in the Hilton. So, and I said, well, I don't know, you know, so I got away from her. Then she called me back again and she told me, she said, I'm the police. She said, and I told them that you were the gentleman. You didn't try to have sex with me. You didn't try to do nothing like that. You know, you told me you just got out and he wasn't in the life. You know, he was gonna play his music. And she said, she told them, I told them that let's go get somebody else. So, sure enough, she was the police, you know. And so that night when she came down there to see me, all the girls said, that's the police, that's the police. She said, yeah, I'm the police. But I'm not gonna do nothing to Fillmore Slim because he's a gentleman. And that was the end of that.
Well, in your book, you talked about how judges and district attorneys actually get paid off sometimes.
Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Okay. Have you actually done that yourself?
No, I never paid no judges off or no people like that, you know. Everything was through the courtroom, through the lawyer and the DA, you know.
Okay.
All
and how?
you know, the reducers or the sentence. Say you got a felony, and you know, then they'll drop it down to a misdemeanor, or you know, where you not 6 months or a year in the county jail. You know, still a year and a day. If they give you a day on that year, you go in the penitentiary. But a year you can do in the county jail, but a year and a day, you got to go to the penitentiary.
You know, if you were to count all the girls that you've had over these, I mean, what, 50, wow, 60 something years of pimping, how many total girls do you think have you had?
Too many to try to count. Too many to try to count.
Hundreds?
Hundreds, yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah,
You think 1,000?
maybe more.
If you were to look at your biggest money earner of all time, the girl that made you the most amount of money, how much do you think that is?
I don't know. You know, see, because we didn't save no money. We spent our money. See, we had to spend that money because that's old money. We don't want the yesterday's money. We want today's money. So we spend yesterday's money because we know we're going to get new money. So we didn't have to save no money. You know, we just bought new cars, new clothes, shoes, rings, and the gleaming. We wanted to just shine and gleam. You know, we didn't know nothing about investing or saving no money, you know, because if we did, they're going to take it from us anyway. So, you know, we just spent it. We didn't save nothing.
Well, I mean, you talked about how, you know, the drug dealers made the big money. The pimps made good money, but the drug dealers really made the big money.
That's right.
Okay. And you knew Felix Mitchell personally.
Oh, yeah, I knew Fee. Yeah.
I interviewed Lil D
Yeah, I
recently.
know Lil D. Yeah.
Yeah, he just got out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I did a doc. What I did, I was the guest. He was at Yoshi, you know, and they wanted me to perform. You know, I performed with my band, you know, Lil D. You know, I didn't know too much about Lil D. I knew he came out of Bayview, you know. And I know a little bit more about his dad than I did him, you know, Lil D, you know, yeah.
Okay. Well, at one point, the mob actually approached you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, talk about that.
Well, the mob approached me in San Francisco. They said, well, you know, you the kingpin of San Francisco, you know, we can do things together. You know, I said, well, I'm straight pimping now. I don't do nothing else, you know. I don't fool with drugs. I ain't gonna sell no drugs. I ain't gonna sell nothing, you know. I'm gonna let that girl go out there and sell what she got to sell. But I ain't gonna sell nothing. And they respected that. They didn't try to gorilla me into doing nothing I didn't want to do.
Okay, and this was the Italian mob?
Yeah, I'll tell you now.
Okay. And you never wanted to do anything on the drug trade at all, even though there was more money in it.
You know, I was always scared of that because before, when that was going on, you know, I used to be scared of the FBI. You know, the name FBI used to just scare me, you know, so I wasn't going to get into the drug business, you know, because I was scared if I got into the drug business, the FBI would send me to the federal penitentiary, and I went anyway, but not for drugs. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, when I interviewed Sugar Free, he told me that when they started calling it human trafficking, what changed overall?
I mean, the name is scary.
It is. Right.
It's fucking scary. It's fucking scary from pimping and pandering. I mean,
human trafficking.
A bitch get a loitering ticket and, you know, go about her way. But, you know, the game got so disrespectful, you know what I mean? You know, we wasn't brought up to pimp on no minors, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't brought up to, you know, do certain things that that has evolved in the generations. We wasn't taught those things, you know. You know, a lot of it's disrespectful. And, but yeah, I seen it taking a turn, and sure enough, man, yeah, here they come.
And luckily,
yeah,
you got
human
out,
trafficking.
and you got out the way.
The word human. Wow, you know, human.
Yeah.
Human trafficking.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Do you remember when that changed?
Yeah, I remember when the human trafficking came out, you know. But now the pimping used to be just, you know, just pimping the pound, you know, 5 years. But when they broke it into human trafficking, you know, you can get 20 years, you know. I mean, and human trafficking means, you know, you go state to state and all that type of thing and set up shop, you know. So that's what human trafficking, yeah, it's got real bad, you know, especially Vegas, you know.
Well, right. I mean, because along with that, a lot of the pimps would get caught up with underage girls as well.
Right. But see, you see, he had a craft like I got a craft. He a rapper, I'm a blues singer. I'm an artist, so we had something to fall back on.
Right. Yeah. He's not doing it anymore, and he hasn't done it in a while. You actually retired. Well, did you retire?
Oh yeah, I retired. That's why I wrote the book. If I hadn't retired, look, don't you remember when Silky wrote the book in New York? What happened? He got 10 years. No, I wouldn't have wrote this book if I was still in the game.
Okay, so what year did you retire?
It's was 86 when I come out of the feds.
Okay. Well, no, for example, Don Magic Juan, he officially retired from pimping also when he found God, but he said that women still give him money, he just doesn't put them on the track anymore.
I don't do no pimping, but I still ask for money.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to ask women for money.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying, I haven't had a girl on the street. I didn't even have women come to me and offer to go on the street, and I rejected it. Mm-hmm. I never thought I'd have done that in my days, because like I said, I used to say pimp or die, but I have rejected it. But I'm not going to reject money that a woman hand to me. I think it's part of the royalties of the gang. I deserve that.
Well, I can't speak on him. He do what they did their thing, I did mine. And the reason why they called me the godfather Pope of the game, because I was big out there. I did what I did in my field, that's what I was. But the media and the police and all that, they all made me famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that ever since you retired in the 80s, women have not given you any money at all?
Oh, no. I ain't got no pimping. No
pimping.
The money I make now is performing, and that's why I put the book out there. If I'd been still in the game, I wouldn't have wrote the book. Because I know they'd have been at my door.
So how many years did you pimp total? What was the total amount?
Oh, I say, wow, let's see, I started in, I stopped in 86. Well, I stopped in 83 when they sent me away to the Fillmore joint. So I would say, I picked up in the 83, and I went to the Fillmore joint and came out, and then I stopped. I went into the music. I had the music to fall back on.
You stopped in 83 and you started in what year?
Well, they sent me to penitentiary in 83. I came out in 86.
Okay, so 83 was the last time you pimped.
That's right.
And what year was the first time you pimped?
Oh, the first year I got into it? Mm-hmm. Oh, 55.
Okay, so almost 30 years, 28 years. Mm-hmm. Well, you said that there's a difference between a pimp and a Mac.
That's right.
Explain that.
What the difference between pimp and a Mac? See, a pimp is, he's like what do you call it? He's like a PFC in the army. He ain't got no stripes, okay? He's just a pimp. Then after so many years of pimping, You understand me? Then he become a Mac, okay? And then when you become a Mac, he got all his stripes, you know. He got
Gotcha.
all his stripes.
You also said there's a difference between a hoe and a prostitute.
Oh yeah, it is. Now,
Explain.
a hoe is a married woman that run around. A prostitute is a woman out there getting down for her money.
Okay, there you have it. Well, you're making money over time, and it's all cash. And there was a situation where you had $100,000 in cash, but you couldn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Explain that.
Oh, you know about that too? All right. Okay, well, I put $100,000 in the safe deposit box, San Francisco, before I went to the penitentiary and my jewelry, right? Now, I go do the time and come out, you understand me? So the reason why I was putting my money, wouldn't put it in the bank. I put it in the safe deposit box. But when I go down there, they got a seal on it. So you got to go see the federal government. So I don't go see the federal government. I said, no, if I go down there and claim this money, they're going to send me to the federal penitentiary. So I leave this money. This money is still out there today on the unclaimed money. I leave this money and go to the joint and come back. There's a lot of people tell me I can get a lawyer and get that money, pay tax on it, but I don't worry about it.
Okay, so there's $100,000 sitting in a safety deposit box right now that you can't touch.
Well, I don't know how long they let it stay there before. It's been long before they, whatever they do with it. But it was there for a while.
There was some sort of thing that happened between you and Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I don't want to say Whoopi Goldberg and say I was slandering her or nothing like that. She is a female star, so you have to be careful what you say about Whoopi Goldberg. I don't want to coming at me, but we had a little incident just before she was a star. And she was down there, she had this big house, and she was studying to be an actress. She didn't know me, and I didn't know her, and Whoopi Goldberg, she dressed like a militant, and at the time, and she didn't know I was from San Francisco, she didn't know who I was. So we had a misunderstanding about the telephone, And a little argument got heated up, and me being pimping, I just straightened her out. And she went home, and she went up there. I thought she was going to get a man. I knew who she was. She was dressed militant, like she's in the army or something, and so I thought she was going to get a man. So, in the motel I was staying on the bottom floor, the phone booth was right there. So I was on my knees looking at the phone booth, you understand me, with my pistol, because I didn't know who she was going to get. Then I was going to go outside and talk to the gentleman. But she came back, and she had a rifle up under a coat. And she was walking around looking for me. So the next day I seen at the supermarket where the actors go up there on Highland. I say, how you doing? She said, how you doing? I say, you was gonna shoot me, wasn't you? She said, yeah, I was pretty mad at you. I said, but sister, we both from the Bay. I come from San Francisco too. She didn't know who I was. So, we shined that off. We hugged each other, and that was that, No malices. I love her today, We cool.
When you talk about prostitution, they say it's the world's oldest profession.
That's right, from the Bible.
And you also said that wives are the biggest hookers in the world. Well, you also, hold on. You actually said, you said both. You said wives are the biggest hookers in the world, and they're also pimps too. They pimp their husband.
Well, they do. Well, I mean, that's square life. The same thing about the man and his wife. They out there. They go out there because they want something different. They go out there looking for girls. They're married. These people are married. Then they come in on these big conventions and things. They want some girls. You take the Hilton down there, they got their own girls. When they come in town, they have to be satisfied. Because if they don't, they won't come. They won't come to a city where they can't have no fun. First thing they said, tell the cab driver, where's the hookers at? You know, they're away from home, so they want to experience this. That's what I think.
You know, when you started off, you know, there was no internet, there was no Backpage or all these other, you know, internet sites where you could get girls. But these days, a lot of the prostitutes are on the internet.
Well, you see, I'm gonna say this. I say this to men in media. I never had an internet home. Never.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know I don't understand it myself. You know, we believe in 10 toes down on the concrete, on the sidewalk.
I mean, do you think that these days with the internet that the girls don't need pimps anymore? They could just do it themselves?
They can. That's right. But
Okay.
they can always, even on the internet, they can always need a man. They gotta have that. I mean, somebody to take care of their business, you know, or get them out of jail, or have a lawyer for them or something like that, you know. They can't do it by themselves. Pimp and hoe go together.
Well, at one point, prostitution became legal in Nevada. And you had the brothels in Nevada.
Oh, I would
And-
say prostitution was legal in Nevada, what, in the, what, about the 60s or something like that?
Oh, really?
I think it was around that time, you know, but well, I remember, you know, the Bunny Ranch and all them places and the brothel they had up in Nevada. Nevada was the state for all that stuff, you know. It was legal.
Okay. And you were actually friends with Dennis Hoff, right?
Oh, yeah, I knew Dennis Hop. Yeah, we all been together. You know, he come to all, he did all the players' balls and all that, you know. And I knew Dennis Hop and I know Joe Conforte that had the Mustang Ranch in Reno.
Well, if it was legal and you could actually open up a legal brothel in Nevada and you were
legal.
friends.
Yeah, it was legal, but you know, Dennis said this himself. He said, you know, it's legal for us to do it. Why it ain't legal for a black man to do it? They didn't want us. We could do this, but they could. We couldn't. That's why we stayed we had to stay in the streets.
So you're saying,
We had to do our grinding on the sidewalk and take our
okay.
chances.
So you're saying that, you know, that they wouldn't give a black guy a legal brothel in Nevada? That just never happened?
Oh, hell no. No.
Huh.
No.
So that's why you never...
They wouldn't give us a bartail nowhere if it was legal or not. No, we couldn't do that. No.
Okay, so that's why you never decided to start your own brothel.
Yeah, that's why we had to be king of the streets, king of the sidewalk.
Yeah, I asked Don Magic Juan how come he never started his own brothel. He said that he would have to pay taxes on it. He didn't want to give part of his money to the government.
Well, the thing about it is, I thought about that, but as a pimp, you don't want to split with nobody. Even working folks don't like giving the government 50%. So why would a pimp that's, you know, freelance and want to split his money?
Oh, because you got to pay taxes.
Right.
Right.
You don't pay taxes as a pimp.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A lot of times I wanted to retire from the pimp gang. I thought about putting my girls in the massage parlor, but it's always the thought of splitting your money with somebody else.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Okay. Now Don Magic Juan, he calls himself the bishop, but you call yourself the pope.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you call yourself the pope of pimping?
He had when they made him the bishop, he had 3 decades of the game. I had at that time I had about 7 going on 8. So y'all say, well, if you're going about, you know, not about the church, this is something that we do in the streets, the bishop and the pope, not the church. Not saying, this is not nothing bad about the pope. This is our thing. This is our street thing. He's a street bishop, but he was in the church though, you know. But he is a street bishop and a street pope okay, in the game. He had 3 decades of the game. I had 7 going on 8. So I told him, I can't be the bishop. I got to be the pope. So the bishop has to answer to the pope. I'm the pope.
Okay.
I'm the pope of Pimp. The godfather,
Okay.
the pope of the game. Fillmore Slim.
Now you have 17 kids.
Yeah, I got 17. Mm-hmm. And not by the same woman.
Right. How many women?
Oh, I don't know. I would say about 7. I claim about 7, 8.
Okay. Did any of your sons ever go into pimping themselves?
No, I got a son who's a rapper. You know, I got a son who's a rapper. He used to be with Bobby Brown, and now he's a rapper and R&B singer. I got a daughter just graduated from USC. She worked for a law firm, you know. And I got another son going to Chico State.
Okay. Did any of your sons ever approach you and say, Dad, I want to do what you did?
No, my sons, they all went the other way. But, you know, I didn't control them to be no pimp. You know, I told them, you know, if that's what you wanted to do, you know, but I would talk against it. I would want to see my kids go through what I went through.
Okay. Did any of your daughters ever approach you and say that they want to be hoes?
No, I had no daughters like that.
Okay. You know, because, I mean, Don Magic Juan said that he has like 25 kids. He didn't know the exact number, but he said that some of his sons ended up being pimps and some of his daughters were hoeing.
I've had daughters that have been involved in prostitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume
and
being pimped by other
I didn't
men.
have son that was involved in pimping.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So on both sides, okay.
But my thing is, if it's something that you must do, even if they ask me today, you got to learn to do it right.
Well, he got a young son to pimp. His name is Magic. They call him Lil Magic. You know, we all been together. We all been in players' ball and parties together. You know, and he introduced him to me. You know.
Okay, but you actually discouraged all your kids from following your footsteps.
Yeah, I didn't want my kids to follow my footsteps. You know, I had a hard time out there. You know, and they didn't have to have that kind of time. You know.
Okay.
But you see, we did what we had to do at the time we were doing, you know, to help our grandmothers and things, you know. And they didn't have all this opportunity that the kids have today. We didn't have that. Although I was educated because I went to Lower High. I was an educated pimp when I went out there on the street, but to be average, okay? But a lot of these, you know, pimps, a lot of these didn't have that opportunity, you know?
You know, at one point, I mean, probably after the time the Mac came out, the movie, you know, and you know, pimps were kind of glamorized. Mm-hmm. Then you start having rappers coming out and calling themselves pimps. Like Too Short was probably the first one, but it just kept going. A lot of rappers ended up, you know, calling themselves pimps and kind of doing the whole pimp lifestyle. How did you feel?
When they did that, you know, that was something for them to rap about, you know, in their music, you know, and the rappers, and then they got to rapping about us, and then they was fond of us, and some of them tried to do what we was doing and rap.
Okay. How did you feel when you started hearing rappers rapping about pimping?
Well, you know, I liked it. I mean, it was good. It was keeping us alive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the rappers was keeping us alive. And they're talking about us and what we was doing and all this type of thing. That was keeping us alive. That was free publicity for us. But they was rapping about, you know, they rap about what they seen or what they read in the book, but we was the real. So that kept us going.
Yeah, and I've interviewed Too Short a few times. And, you know, he even said that
I've never considered myself a pimp because I think that a pimp does a very specific thing and does it well and does it consistently. And all I can ever say is that hoes have given me money. Hoes have given me money on just like a here, and hoes have given me money like here, over and over again. Mm-hmm. And every hoe that ever gave me money, I promise you, I didn't pimp on her. I didn't say, bitch, go get my money. I didn't say, where's my fucking money? I just let her put it in my hand.
And you took it.
At the same time, I lived in Vegas for a long time, so you would get a hoe by default or some shit like.
That's right. I know him very well. We good friends.
Over the years, you've dealt with hundreds of women. You've said maybe, 500, 1,000, give or take?
What, in money?
Well, no. Over the years, you've had hundreds of women that
yeah.
you've dealt with. And even though it is...
Some people say I might have had close to 1 million. I don't know.
Close to 1 million.
But
Okay.
they came and they went. They come and go,
At the end of the day, it is a business, but you're also dealing with emotions and you're also dealing with people. Had you ever fallen in love with any of the girls that work for you?
Oh, yeah, you falls in love. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay. And what happens in that situation?
Well, you must fall in love with your main woman. You got one woman, main woman, and that's probably the one you start off with. And then you build a stable around that one.
Okay.
But you gotta love what they're doing. You gotta have respect for them, although they prostitute on the street, but they still, in my book, it still was my ladies, not my hoe, or not my prostitute, my ladies. And I didn't let nobody else call them no hoe or no prostitute. They're my women or my ladies.
When you look back on your career, with all the decades that you put behind you, what do you think was your greatest moment? Well, what was the moment that you look back into and say, okay, I'm the most proud of this situation right here?
Okay, well, when I reached the top, I'll say that was in the 80s. In the 80s.
Okay. And what made you think that you reached the top at that point?
Well, because I had everything. I'd accomplish what I wanted to do. Just like I said in the book, I conquered the stage and the streets.
Yep.
I had all my stripes,
Do you miss pimping at all? Being out of it for a while?
Well, the media asked me the same thing you do. If you could turn the time back, would you do it again? Yeah, I would have more money and more sense with it. I ain't gonna lie, like some players say, no, man, I would never do that. Yeah, I would. If you turn the time back.
And when you look back about all that time, what do you think were your biggest mistakes along the way?
I think my biggest mistakes were the ones that, that I didn't, I tried to do some things my way and didn't work out. Instead of listening to my OG peers, it was older cats, pimps, that took me up under their wing because they seen something in me, and they showed me the ropes. They showed me how to cop and blow go. Like they told me. I learned the hard way. Like they told me, they say the game is cop and blow. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to do that. I learned how to keep from knocking off my women.
Well, and during your music career, you actually dealt with a lot of very prominent artists. You were on tour with Ike and Tina Turner at one point, right?
Oh yeah, I was with Ike and Tina for a long time, and then I left them. Then I made my first record in Los Angeles called "You Got the Nerve of a Big Brass Monkey" on the 45 for Dutone Records, Deuce Williams, and then I was with Top Records, and then I was with the record company out of New York, which was called Fedora, and then I did some stuff for Mountaintop, and got a lot of stuff, had a lot of stuff out there.
And you said that Ike Turner was kind of like a pimp himself.
Ike Turner was a gangster, I would say, man, because Ike Turner, he ran his business, he ran the Mikettes, he ran his business, that's where he was, And before he passed, we was at the last Players Ball in Los Angeles, me and Ike.
I was actually there.
Oh, you
I know.
man?
I was there. I had an orange suit on. I was
took
filming.
pictures and things together. Yeah.
I remember he walked in. He was really short. I couldn't believe how small he was.
That's right. That's right. We were together.
Yeah, and I actually interviewed one of his backup singers. Hold on, I'm going to tell you exactly who it is. She owns a soul food restaurant.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you exactly who this is.
She's down in Atlanta, ain't she? Okay.
Robbie Montgomery.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, I remember I interviewed her, and I showed her a video of Ike Turner about how he was talking about how he used to beat up Tina Turner, and she said that back then you didn't have terms like bipolar and so forth. You were just crazy, and she said Ike Turner was basically crazy.
That was probably his reason, because we didn't know then at the time, but he was bipolar.
He was bipolar.
That's what we call it now. Back then we called it crazy. So
Ike was a little crazy.
he was a little crazy.
I don't know.
Did you ever see Ike beat Tina Turner?
No.
No.
I ain't never seen him fight.
Okay. Well, you knew Little Richard also.
Yeah, I know Richard. Yeah, I know Richard Penniman. He wanted me to be his chauffeur
Okay.
in Los Angeles. But I declined on that. I said, Richard, I'm gonna buy he had a pink Cadillac, 1957. I said, I'm gonna buy me a Cadillac too, Richard. I'm gonna drive my own car.
And you did.
But we good friends.
Okay. Well, and you were actually Etta James' first boyfriend.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay, and that's a legend right there, Etta James. That's one of the greatest singers, period.
That's right.
How did that relationship come about?
I met in Steiner Street Park, Overlook Park, where they got right there where Full House at, where they filmed Full House, right there, Steiner and Hayes Street. I met her, and I met her and Sugar Pie DeSanto right there. And Sugar Pie was cute. Etta was plump, but Etta had a beautiful face. So I went for Etta. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this was before you were pimping?
Oh yeah, just boyfriend and girlfriend thing now. Yeah, Ella was about 14. I was about 15 or something around there.
Oh, you guys are just teenagers.
Yeah, we was teenagers. Wasn't no pimping going on here. She didn't know she was gonna be an entertainer, and I didn't know I was gonna be an entertainer. So we met on a festival one time, and we commended each other. And then I think we was in Spokane, Washington, where we did a show together.
Okay. Did you have any idea how big Etta James was gonna be?
No.
Okay, but she went down as one of the greatest.
That's right. They sent me the obituary from her funeral in Los Angeles.
Yeah, man, quite a loss. She died in 2012, I
San
think.
Pedro, they had a big funeral in San Pedro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they sent me the obituary.
Yeah, man, very sad. A great talent, but she won 6 Grammy Awards, and she's in the Grammy Hall of Fame. This is, she pretty much reached the very top.
Yes, you was.
Yeah, man, rest in peace. Well, you actually have, you have a copy of your book. Can we take a look at it?
Yeah, where's the book? The book here. Well, this is my book, Blues Man Matt, okay? And it's got everything in it. And when people say, well, what's the book about? I say, if you want to know about Fillmore Slim, buy the book. The book is on Amazon, okay? And they can get the book. And some people buy the book, they run it. This lady called me from Atlanta, and she said, I bought your book. And she said, I can't put it down because it's just like you sitting in the living room talking to me. Now, this is my latest CD that's coming out. It's called The Son of the Seven Sisters. That's because I'm from down there where the Seven Sisters in New Orleans. So this will be my CD is coming out on, it's also be on Amazon. It's coming out somewhere at the end of June or July. This CD will be out. And this is a great CD, and it got some good people on the CD backing me up.
Well, I haven't heard the CD yet, but I read the book, and it's a great book. And I really recommend anybody who's watching this interview right now to go get the book and read it, because it goes into a lot more detail than what we went to in this interview, man. So listen, Fillmore Slim, I appreciate you spending your time talking to me. This is something I've been wanting to do.
Say one thing before we go.
Yeah.
Royalty. Royalty is Fillmore Slim, Kenny Red, Gangsta Brown, and Divine Brown. Now, we just went to Atlanta, you know, because they're fitting to bring her back out, Divine Brown. So that's royalty. That's our team. And my son, Clarence Jr., okay?
Oh yeah, no, I knew Gangster Brown. You know, I remember, you know, and I did Ronnie Newt's last interview also.
Yeah,
before he passed.
right. That's right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ronnie Newt.
Yeah,
he has an incredible story also that ties into Michael Jackson and everything else like that.
He was like Felix. He had a big funeral. He's at the cathedral in San Francisco, top of the hill. He had so many people there. It was phenomenal.
It was. Yeah, it was a horse-drawn carriage and everything else like that.
That's right. He did the Felix thing.
He did the Felix thing, man. Well, listen, Fillmore Slim, man, appreciate you coming in. 84 years old, you're looking great, you're sounding great. You know, here's to another 84 years, man.
All right, then.
That's how we do it.
To be 184.
There you go. That's how we're going to do it.
All right.
Until next time, peace.
All right, then.